If you ever doubted whether it is possible to go to law school after you completed online degree, this video is for you. Hi, my name is Marina Evseva, and I am a University of the People graduate who went to law school after the completion of my business administration bachelor's degree. Right now, I am a student at University of New Hampshire School of Law, and next year I'm gonna complete my JD program. So I'm gonna share my story and also how it was possible to go to law school. So stay tuned and ask questions and comments if you have any. So first, why I selected University of the People. I selected it for probably the same reasons like many of you, because it was flexible and it was affordable. So flexibility was important for me because as an immigrant, I had to work and I prefer to study when I can and when I have time. And being affordable is like the mandatory requirement for the education for me, because I did not have an opportunity to take loans and I did not have an opportunity to pay for crazy tuition prices anywhere else. That's why my choice was University of the People initially, and I started studying. I did not have any plans to continue education initially, but closer to graduation, I started thinking that I had a dream of studying law and becoming a lawyer, and maybe I'm gonna look into opportunities to see if it's actually possible and if I can make it happen. So I started looking actually into master's programs and PhD programs first, in not completely related to law, but generally if there are any ways to continue education for me. Some programs required regional accreditation, which University of People did not have at that time. But law schools, actually, they did not require a regional accreditation, and national accreditation, which University of the People had at that time, was enough to go to law school. And I started preparing and I started applying. First, I started thinking how I'm gonna do LSAT, because LSAT is hard, especially for people who are immigrants and for whom English is a second language. I was not sure that I would be able to get to law schools because of LSAT. I was not sure that I would be able to go to law school because of online education. I was thinking that seeing that if schools will see University of the People on my resume and in my transcript, that would be a problem. But eventually it was not a problem, and many schools were fine with me going to completing my studies at University of the People. LSAT played a huge role because I spent a lot of time studying, and I've got 164 on LSAT. I spent 7 months studying for LSAT. So I have another video of how I was studying and preparing for those who are interested. So mostly the journey and also the way to go to law school was a 2-steps process. First step was LSAT, and also GPA have to be good, and then already I started preparing applications. For applications, the problem was getting letters of recommendations, because as you know that University of the People has a model that we have instructors, professors, but because the cost is really low, most of them, they are volunteers, and it was really hard to reach professors and to find somebody with who I ever had personal connection and talked or even asked many questions, because I generally tried not to bother professors and I asked just like few questions or reached out when I needed. So we did not have any traditional office hours or something like that. So that's why letters of recommendations were a struggle for me to complete my application. But I was able, after University of the People, it was actually the reason why I decided to get master's degree as well, because I needed letters of recommendation. and I've got academic letter of recommendation from professor from master's degree program, because at that point I already realized the significance of personal interaction and also letters of recommendations. Another letter of recommendation I was able to get from my work, so that was also a like little challenge. And then I started applying to law schools. Some law schools, they rejected my application. Some law schools accepted my application. Some law schools even gave me money. And I've got full tuition scholarship in some schools, which was really surprising and really helpful, because I could not imagine how I would pay crazy tuition prices if I would not get the scholarship. Also, when I started studying and when I got in, I started studying during my first semester. I was so worried about first semester because everyone else went to regular school. They had regular type of education. They seemed to understand everything. They seemed to talk to professors. And I was really lost during the first semester, and I was barely thinking that if I would survive the first semester, that would be fine. So I was worried about my grades, and I was worried about a lot of things. But actually, I would tell you that online education was a strength for me, because during my years at University of the People, I used to study independently, and it was huge benefit for me because I did not rely on anything. I didn't have to do study groups. I didn't have to reach out for help. I spent time researching things which I did not understand. I spent time translating. It was hard to read. I had to read like 2-3 times sometimes to understand what I'm reading. But because of that skill, which University of the People gave me, of independent education, I was able to actually do really well during my first semester. So I would tell you that if you are still struggling for some reasons, or you are thinking that you do not have some opportunities, you are gaining a lot. So that's why just keep working on your skills which you are able to get right now. Independent education is really amazing, and when you are able to teach yourself things, you will succeed anywhere you go. And second thing also, which that was my strength in law school, is writing skills. Because in University of the People, if I remember well, we had tasks and we had written assignments every single week. Every single week we had to write written assignments, learning journals, discussion forums. We had to review peers' work. We have to give feedback, and that was also really amazing for law school because of the amount of writing. It was helpful for me and my writing skills were really strong when I got to law school. I was able to write relatively confidently. I wouldn't say that I was exactly like confident writer, but my writing skills were good after University of the People. So that's why my point is, if you are looking to get to law school, know that it is possible, and you will definitely get in if you will put enough energy, thought, and preparation into submitting applications and also preparing for LSAT. Your GPA matters for now if you are still a student, so that's why I work really hard and get good grades, because it would be important for scholarships. And also start thinking about LSAT. If you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out and I will help you and tell you if you need any advice, or if you want to just chat and you are worried about something, reach out. So I wish you good luck in your studies, and I hope that this video is helpful to you. Let me know in comments if any information was helpful or if you have any questions. Thank you for watching this video.